I gotta say, man, it's people like you that's the whole reason there are people like us. Well, we couldn't have done this stuff. We know who you are around town and beyond. Geek to Me Radio, James Install.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited. I love the studio. This is great.
Feels okay. Feels cozy.
It does.
I mean, you guys do a good job over there at KTRS, the Big 550, Two Rivers Comic-Con, May 23rd through the 25th. Give us that location.
It is in 2 locations. So it's historic St. Charles. It's along Main Street. I've got this relationship I built over the past 25 years now with the city of St. Charles and the Greater St. Charles Convention and Visitors Bureau doing their festivals like Christmas Traditions and Legends and Lanterns. So it kind of felt like a natural thing to say, hey, I'd love to do this here. And they were immediately like, how can we help? What can we do? So we're going to have our voice actors and animation people at the Foundry Art Center, which is right on Riverside. People see it all the time. They drive by. It's got the giant caboose out in front of the building. And then the next building is Climb So Ill. The next building is the Steel Shop, where if you guys have been to QuadCon, they have the QuadCon usually there. And that's where our comic book artists and writers are going to be, along with some of our local talent who we're going to bring in.
Very cool, man. How'd this come to be? Who's part of this? Is this you? Who else is involved to get Two Rivers Comic-Con off the ground? Because it's exciting. We've had Wizard World come and go, and there's other things that we hear about with other cons. Are they happening or not? This is really exciting for people in the area to have somewhere to go. How did this come to be?
I'm very selfish, and I wanted to host panels with famous people, and that's kind of like, well, I'll just do my own con, because it's hard to break in with some of these cons when you call them and say, hey, I'd love to host a panel for this and this, and they're like, we've got our own people, sorry.
Totally.
So,
I've had plenty of those rejection emails.
Yeah, so you know exactly. A part of it it's a little kernel was born out of selfishness, but overall, it's just, I've been to Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City. I'm assuming you guys have been there once or twice at least.
I haven't been there, but our other host, Scotty, all the cons you're mentioning, he's probably been to all of them.
Okay.
Multiple days.
Yeah, so that started out, this was his 26th year doing Planet Comic-Con. He started just in a small little hall, and he literally takes over downtown Kansas City now. Bartle Hall is filled. He's got 5 hotels. They have parties at this one, and they're doing stuff in the Power and Light District. My friend Mitch Halleck, who runs Terrificon up in Connecticut, best Comic-Con in the country for my money. Like, if you're a comic fan, that's the one to go to. He started out in a tent, and now he takes over the Mohegan Sun Convention Center. So I keep thinking we have these corporate ones, like you mentioned, the Wizard Worlds, the Fan Expos that kind of come through in their cookie cutter. Totally. Fan Expo Dallas, Fan Expo here, Wizard World Chicago, this. So I wanted something for this area. I was, like I said, born and raised in St. Louis. I worked in St. Charles, love Chesterfield, go over to Alton for Fast Eddies. This is a great community. And we deserve something like this. So I said, well, let's go ahead and see if this can be done. And slowly it's been coming to fruition. And I couldn't be more excited.
Oh, I bet, man. Like, we're over here. I'm impressed. Good on you for taking it on. TwoRiversComicCon.com is where you're sending people to get the info, couple locations, 3 days. You've mentioned it, artists. There's going to be expos. There's going to be actors. There's going to be, what else can people expect to come out for? Is it good for families? It's good for a pack of people. It's good for a nerdy group of friends and cosplay, I assume.
Yeah, all that kind of good stuff. So our tagline is fan focused and family friendly. My business partner Paul, who's the owner of Cloud9 Comics and Games, he immediately said, "Can I help with this thing?" I said, "Yeah, you can. There's lots of things." And so he's immediately pitched in. We kind of work this. We've got my friend Liz Henning does marketing and comms for us. She says, "Hey, do you guys need help with this? Because I'd like to expand my resume into doing other stuff besides what I'm doing." So it's just been kind of many hands kind of joining in, and I just really feel grateful for all the help I've gotten from people I've just built relationships with, like Chef Liz, who will be running the green room for our celebrities, because they've all said one of the things, if we go to a con, and this is from a couple different guests, and even if we don't make any money, and it's kind of like, if the green room is nice and we have a good time, we'll tell other people to come. And so I said, well, who am I going to put in charge of the green room then? Come on.
Liz, Chef Liz, you're going to be, you're doing what you do best, hospitality, I guess.
I'm already collecting myself to not geek out. I'm working on it now. Like, hello, Mr. Thomas. Hello, Mr. Roy Thomas. My name is Chef Liz. I'm practicing that right now.
But surely you'll be like, before you come in, everyone's required to do a selfie, and you got to sign this thing. And it's just like your personal autograph collection.
I'll have the tongs in one hand, a pen in the other. Like, how hungry are you? No, I'm excited to be a part of this, because I remember when cons were fan forward, And I miss that. The big corporate ones, I think, have kind of missed the mark on that. I miss the fan booths. Where did those go? Right? I mean, I miss those. That was so awesome. Sorry, I'm getting so excited. I'm hitting the mic.
No, I'm still working on where to put those handles. They've moved a lot in the last 2 months, so we're not there yet.
And even with my little T-Rex hands, I'm like, but yeah, I'm like, I'm excited because it's very, very fan-centered. And I think when you have a fan that's putting on a con and a professional, I can't wait. This is so cool. It's like being at the ground, the ground level, watching this grow. I'm just, and we're showing a movie.
Oh, yes.
Talk about it.
Special ticketed events. So there's always after party stuff you want to go to. So the tickets have not gone on sale yet. We're going to put those up, but we have 2 special events, technically 3. So on Friday night, if you're a fan of just going out and having some fun, playing some video games, the Soda Museum and Main Street Arcade on North Main Street. If you have your wristband, you can get in free unlimited gameplay in their retro arcade down below Friday night starting at 8 o'clock. And he's got, cocktails. You can buy soft drinks. You can buy snacks and pizzas from Dogtown Pizza and everything he's got there he serves. So if you just want to go have some fun after the con and don't want the party to end, go check them out. We'll also be doing and that's free with a wristband.
With your purchase of your ticket for...
Right, yeah.
Yes.
So if you've got a wristband,
you get the wristband, you're good to go.
Yeah, it's
I
a free
love
thing.
that kind of promotion, collaboration.
It's so much, and again, these local businesses along North and South Main, how can we help? What can we do? Can we have something? Cardinal Sin Spirits, which is in the 800 block of South Main, they do small batch bourbons, ryes. They do a cinnamon infused vodka, a brown sugar bourbon. So he is doing a specialty tasting of all of his liquors. Those are $35 for the ticket, and we're limited to 55 tickets on that because he's got a smaller space. But Andy Parks is a huge bourbon fan. So if you know Andy's work from Daredevil, from Green Arrow, from Batman and Nightwing, he did a special sketch for us that's going to go on this limited edition glass that you get to do your tastings in. You get all the tastings. You get to meet Andy Parks. That's Friday night at 8 o'clock at Cardinal Sin in the 800 block.
Nice.
And then on Saturday night, since Roy Thomas is coming, Roy Thomas obviously wrote Conan for Marvel Comics. He created the character of Red Sonja. He was the editor after Stan Lee left. So Roy is a consultant on the movie Conan the Barbarian from 1982. We are showing the 1982 Conan the Barbarian at Two Plumbers Brewery and Arcade in their event space. So those tickets are $50 each. You get doors open at 7. You get an hour and a half of unlimited free gameplay upstairs. You get a free voucher for a Roy Thomas autograph on a standard item. So it can't be CGC graded. It's just if you have a poster, a picture, a comic book, he'll sign that for you at the event. You just take the ticket to his booth Saturday or Sunday. And then you also get to watch Conan the Barbarian with Roy Thomas, who will be doing a Q&A before the movie. So you can ask him any questions about his work at Marvel, working on Conan, being a consultant for the film. And that's happening Saturday night.
Heck yeah. It's like the bonus parties and the extra deals. And there's much more going on here than a Comic-Con. Like,
yeah.
And it's great for people that live here that want to go to these local spots. It's great for people coming into town that have something to do.
Right.
Good on you. Like, you're talking about people raising their hands to get involved. And I'm like, so mad at myself that I'm this late to the party. Scotty will probably be there. The rest of us will be trying to be there. This is so fun. I mean, I love that you're breaking down just what, like, because it's a big event. It's multiple days. There's so many hands, and there's always so much to I feel like that's the Comic-Con's challenge, right? Creating the puzzle of things to do and then making sure everyone understands the puzzle. What work is the website the best place to like stay informed and get like the updates on maps and things like that?
Yeah, website is the number 2 riverscomiccon.com, and we're on Twitter, X. I don't know if I can dead name X now. It's Twitter. I still say Twitter.
So you're getting some individual social channels for Two Rivers Comic Con now. So watch for those. What questions you got, Giggler? What are you thinking right now?
Right now, I think you had me at the free after party arcade.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And again, I'm trying to bring people down to some of these businesses because he just opened a couple of years ago and people still walk by and like, what is this? And it's this amazing soda museum upstairs. And then downstairs is the retro arcade. And it's really cool. And more people should check this place out. So.
And you got this video on the website, Meet Our Guests. Is this something like?
It should be. Hopefully it plays. Yeah. So we've got our.
Go ahead. Yeah. You've mentioned some of these.
Yeah. Phil Lamar, obviously. Maria Canals-Barrera. So we're bringing the Justice League to town.
Right.
Susan Eisenberg is a good friend, voices Wonder Woman. And then Carl Lumley, I was so excited
oh
to
my
get him.
gosh.
So excited because he's just been in the new Captain America movie.
Yeah.
Was in the Telltale Heart on Netflix last year, and obviously
Isaiah
voiced Martian
Bradley.
Manhunter. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was in Supergirl too, right?
Yeah.
He was like Martian Manhunter's
father.
dad.
So he played Martian Manhunter in Justice League, and then his own father.
Right.
And then Phil Lamar was his nephew in Supergirl. If you remember, Phil Lamar showed up on that
Oh, right.
as Martian Manhunter's brother.
Mm.
So it was really cool. And then we've got fantastic artists like Keith Williams is a machine. Mark Bagley, my favorite Spider-Man artist of all time. She canceled, unfortunately, so we needed to take her down. Lily and her father, Steven, had to cancel due to some family issues.
Still check him out.
Yeah.
Jim, who we got here?
Jim Ousley, yeah. He's a local writer who works for Red 5 Comics. He's done a lot of St. Louis-based horror-type comics for Red 5, like The Atonement Bell.
Yeah.
All sorts of fun stuff that he's done. And then we've got, who else? We just added David Michelini. So for you comic book fans out there, co-creator of Carnage, co-creator of Venom. He's got the second longest run on Spider-Man after Stan Lee. He wrote a huge run on Iron Man. And then we have artist Rick Leonardi coming in, who's a fantastic artist. He did the classic cover for X-Men number 201, first appearance of Baby Cable, where Storm and Cyclops are fighting. He did a lot of work. He just did the new What If Robin Had Lived with J.M. DeMatteis from DC. Fantastic artist. So yeah, we've got just a huge pool of talent. And then for the Justice League too, we've got Dan Reba coming in, who was a director and storyboard artist for Justice League, Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, Ben 10. And then Alan Burnett was a writer and executive producer. He was one of the writers for Batman Mask of the Phantasm. He wrote Ozzy and Drix. He did a bunch of stuff for Justice League Action. So we're trying to bring in all the really cool people who I would want to see if I went to a con.
Yeah.
And we're keeping it themed. So this year's theme is superheroes. And we've already got, as long as we do break even this year, we've got plans for a theme for year 2 and year 3. And we've already got guests in mind who we're going to reach out to. So
Wow. Very impressive. Like, not a small undertaking. Like you said, you're not this is a full-time job.
Yeah.
Running one of these cons. So, kudos to you and your team of all your people making this happen. This episode will drop this week or early next at the latest. We're 6 weeks out from this event. May 23rd through the 25th. Getting tickets. Let's talk about tickets. What kind of options you got for people?
you can have just the one day if you're like, it's Memorial Day weekend, we're going out of town, but I can come on Friday. Or you know what? We're going to have some family stuff going on, but we're free on Sunday. Or if people want to go all 3 days, because it's like, whoa, we're going to have 3 days to spend with these people and do these events and hear the panels. And we've got Tabletop Masters. We'll be having board game demonstrations all throughout the Steel Shop. The Fantasy Shop, who is bringing in the Justice League, will be doing similar things at the Foundry. They're going to be there set up for if you want to play some games or whatnot. And then we've got Two Plumbers also supplying some arcade games at the Steel Shop. So there's lots to do all weekend long. And you save basically $20 by getting a weekend pass for all 3 days.
Yeah.
You're basically getting 1 day free.
You basically get a day free, you get a bundle pricing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you don't know if you're going to go to all 3 days. Get all 3. Maybe you will. Because, why not? There's so much going on where you're going to be like, I had so much fun Saturday or Friday. I got to see what's happening the next day. And you shouted out some of your partners and vendors, like sponsors. Like who's helping put this on? Like, I definitely want to give some love to the people that are like stepping up.
Yeah, we had the City of St. Charles, the City County Library of St. Charles. They were fantastic because we said we'd love to bring in Roy Thomas. He's a writer, and we do stuff like that all the time. We'd love to help you bring in Roy Thomas. So huge shout out to them. I mentioned the Fantasy Shop with 4 locations around the St. Louis area, and they are bringing in the Justice League. We've got Alexander Realty. Jen Oliver is a fantastic individual, and if you're looking to get your own Wayne Manor, she's the person to talk to, and she's sponsoring
Nice.
the Princess Bar. We're going to call it the Princess Bar if you're a Wolverine fan. So she's sponsoring the bar while they're there. Endless Comics and Games. They've got a location
That's
in Florissant.
Scotty's shop.
Yeah,
That's Scotty's
yeah.
shop.
Yeah, that's a fantastic store. And they're bringing in Mark Bagley. So they're responsible for that. We've got Cloud9 Comics, who is bringing in Rick Burchett, who did our poster for us, who did a lot of the art, who did that fantastic sketch cover that I had earlier with the recreation of the Scarecrow's first Silver Age appearance. He's going to be there signing stuff too. So they brought him in. We've got, obviously, the Cozy Shop, another St. Charles business that said, what can we do to help? We've got Bugs Comics and Games, who are bringing in David Michelini. The Foundry Art Center is hosting all of our animation people and event. And, of course, Two Plumbers is hosting our Conan showing. So they were huge with that. And then just, First Capital Trading Inc. It was if you like Loungefly, or if you're into the new Jellycat toys, it's a huge sensation all of a sudden. They've got you stocked up on all that kind of stuff. So you can go check out First Capital Trading Inc. on North Main. Just like I said, all these businesses, Cardinal Sin, we mentioned for their tasting. So it's been great. And then obviously Tony Viviano is providing all the food that Chef Liz will be making for our guests. So they're getting good food cooked by someone who knows how to do it. So all of our guests should leave fat and happy.
And Tenacious Eats is thrilled to license Conan.
Yes.
I see. I said it without shaking.
I know.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, way to go. Yes, and collaborating with Chef Liz, and I mean, we made you talk a lot, James. You're doing a great job promoting this event, and like that's why I wanted this to be front and center today, because it takes a lot to talk about a Comic-Con, and honestly, it's fun. You get to hear about every single thing that's going to be there. Chef Liz, what are you thinking about Comic-Con? Let's hear from you.
Oh man, I have, when he was talking about this, and you were working on everything and all the details. Like you said, there have been so many cons that start up and leave, or they don't come back, or they change. I was so excited to know someone who's a true fan and wants everyone else to have that fan experience. I was so excited. I'm like, please let this happen. Please let this happen, because I haven't been to a good con in a while. And I love the fact that all the sponsors are local. All the sponsors are vested in our community and the fans that are actually coming. So I think it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I might escape the green room a few times.
I know Ben has already said, he's like, I'm going to wander out there and I want to meet this guy. I want to talk to Phil Lamar. So yeah, I expect some wandering.
Ben was a huge Samurai Jack fan.
Ooh, me too.
So he's going to behave, but his email address is riverben10, and then so Ben 10,
yeah.
So we're going to behave, we promise.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
But I'm just excited because like being a fan and really wanting to have a great experience at a con. Sometimes they're so corporate that you feel a little, I don't know, alienated if you're not. I don't know. You're coming, you pay for the ticket, and it's just a process.
Yeah.
I don't feel
totally.
like, I
just moving the cattle through.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to meet some incredible artists and the Justice League.
Oh my gosh.
I'm working on right now trying to figure out what the Justice League food will be. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think I have an idea for Hawk Girl, but I don't know. I still have to work on it.
We know people can buy tickets to attend, but right now, can vendors and sponsors still sign up, or is it too late for anything like that?
We're
asking for a friend.
No, we're in our final throes for that, because obviously we want to get the floor map scheduled out and know who's coming and what to do. So yeah, we did a final call. We've been going to some Comic Cons and soliciting people. Like went to I'd like to buy a vowel. Big River Comic Con in Hannibal. We went to Planet Comic Con soliciting. You
just had them on your show, right?
Yeah. Deb who runs that. It's a fantastic. I picked her brain a lot when I'm getting into this. Like, what do I need to look out for? She was super helpful. Mitch Halleck from Terrific Con was stayed on the phone with me for an hour and a half talking about, here's what you want to do. Make sure you don't do this. Don't rely too heavily on this. So I've luckily had some great people that I can lean on to kind of ask what to do and make sure I don't do it wrong right out of the gate. But no, it's very exciting. I've forgotten already what I was saying.
No, it's okay. We're going to help you promote the show. So just count us in for a promotional engine, because if nothing else, I have enough friends in town that have vouched for you, James, already, and Liz. I know it's the other sketchy people, Liz. It's the same sketchy people that we both know that have vouched for all of us. And I'm a fan, and me and Andy and Scotty, we want to see cons like this success and be more than the corporate printout Comic Cons we've seen. So count us in to promote at least.
Thank you.
Invite us to collaborate on posts. Let us tell our people about it. We'll send as many as we can. Grab a lot of footage. Come back, tell some stories, and help keep this thing happening, because you're already looking ahead to making it repeat. So at least count us in from that side. And then guess what? We've made tons of nerdy friends over the last almost 6 years or so.
Imagine.
Let's bring them all,
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's all get together for a weekend and get nerdy. This is awesome.
Yeah, and that's where your question was. We do have vendor spaces still available. We've got I think we've got.
So you still could get in.
Yeah, we got about 10% of our floor left open now still. We've filled already 90% of it, which is incredible.
Friends of Mostly Superheroes. Listen, you could get a spot at Two Rivers Comic Con. Like, we got a few friends that would definitely jump at the chance, willing to spend a little bit to even get that spot and make a good experience. So
Yeah.
I even love how much thought you put into after the event. I love the idea of the wristband getting you into an arcade. Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
the bourbon, I tried the bourbon, by the way. I had to try it ahead of time so I
good.
could share what my thoughts were. And the brown sugar
The brown
bourbon.
sugar one. Oh my gosh, you could just sip on that all day. Oh,
I might do that.
yeah. Bill at Cardinal Sin really knows his stuff, and it's if you've never been to Cardinal Sin, it's so good.
It's on the it's gonna add to the list. Sam, the sleeper on our podcast, he's a big whiskey guy.
Okay, yeah, he'll love it.
So we need to maybe add this to our list. So yeah, make sure you plan some time to enjoy the con yourself, as hard as that is, and also afterwards too. You know, it's like let's enjoy every second of it, and that's a celebration. Then celebrate it. But like we're just looking forward to this thing kicking off. Andy, any questions for James or Liz about Comic-Con, Two Rivers Comic-Con?
Right. Yeah. We've been literally asking for this for years. So thank you guys for bringing this to
Yeah, thank you.
to fruition, like literally. And I love that it has the local STL spin for sure. Are there any it sounds like from the Tenacious Eats events that you guys like surprises? Are there any other type of surprises, anything that people might expect?
We were...
Obviously you can't say them now, but so it's
That
kind of
it,
a yes,
that it
no.
wouldn't be a
Teasers.
surprise.
Just a yes no
yeah.
answer.
Teasers.
We've got another artist who I'd really like to bring in, but we're just trying to see if you're listening right now and you've got some money and you want to sponsor an artist. There's someone I'd really love to bring in. It's just a matter of finding that line between making sure we don't overspend.
Yeah.
So I will tease it that we have another artist who would pair really well with one of our other guests who's already been announced that I would love to bring in. So if you're listening, you can go to Two Rivers Comic Con, hit the Contact Us tab, and let us know. I will also tease that this year's theme is superheroes. If we break even, we're going to do a year two. Year two's theme is 80s and 90s.
Oh, nice.
And we've already got guests both comic-wise
Oh,
and
nice.
everything planned who we want to reach out to. So just a little bit of a tease as long as this works.
The producer and me is thrilled that you've told me that. I can get to work, James. We can get to work. And then what'd you bring?
These just
I'm excited
for
right now.
because we've got a couple of CGC facilitators at our event to do the signings because we've got Mark Bagley and David McElhaney and Roy Thomas and everything. So I'm just going to bring some examples. Like Rick Burchett did the poster art for us. He's local, worked on Batman Adventures, so he did a cover recreation of Detective Comics number 73 in the style of Batman animated series. So just like you can get, the artist will do cover sketches and everything like that. This was Kevin Conroy signed his posthumous Eisner Award that he got. He signed it like 3 months before he passed away, and it breaks my heart, but we've got the cast of the Justice League coming. So I'm not sure, is that about the right angle to hold it?
That's it.
Okay. And then because Roy Thomas is going to be there, he wrote, obviously, Conan, editor of Marvel Comics, so I had a signed What If by Roy Thomas. And then because we do have Mark Bagley, who is my favorite Spider-Man artist ever, I brought this one's a triple signed Mark Bagley, Keith Williams, who will also be at the show, and it's also signed by Al Milgram, who we're probably going to have for our second year, as long as the first year is a break-even mark.
Once I had the opportunity to have you and James, it was really nice. So
Thank
again,
you.
like we're getting our start here and we're doing our thing, but you know about all of that. You're part of the radio system. You do a lot on your own. You're producing events. Tip of the hat to you. Tip of the hat to you, Chef Liz, for honestly just leaning into your passions and things that you like and that you care about, and that also tie to your community. And just trying.
Yeah.
I think just trying is something just to say, like, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot. I got my health. I got my ideas. I'm sure you guys feel those things a lot. So we just want to say good job, and we're looking at you. Good job.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on. This was
Thanks for
fantastic.
having us. I just got to say, this is the most comfortable media that I ever get to do. You have the most comfy chairs.
Thanks, Dad. That's
Yeah.
my dad. He got these for us when we got started.
Oh, nice.
Shout out the Shed Vapes.
Shout out the Shed Vapes. That's his small business down in Bonne Terre. I grew up in
Oh, how
Bonne
about
Terre.
that?
Bon Terre.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I could fall asleep in this chair. This is lovely. Oh,
I think I got to get one for home.
You guys want to come back?
Yeah.
Please.
Love to.
Do it again.
Love to.
Let's keep hanging out and swapping nerdy stuff. We got to hang out with you for the second time, but this is our first time, James. So we get to know you. Let's hang out again and just get to some nerdy stuff.
I think we're talking about trying to put together a trivia team for your, television and film trivia night?
Yeah, we host TV and film trivia
Yeah.
bingo. Next one's April 24th at Four Hands Brewing downtown. Free to play and amazing prizes from around town. So we throw those on.
Are people allowed to wear capes?
Oh yes, I'm pushing more of like little mini Comic-Cons at these events. Like we're trying to have like sometimes we'll have there might be the Voltron mascot might show up, or maybe Mr. Citywide will come by, or Apotheosis Comics might have a tables. Like, we're just trying to make it a community market night, and we partner with our friends team Geek and Provident Health, so we bring mental health resources to everything we're doing. So like, if you're just like, I just need to get out and see people and maybe check on my mental health
And have a few beers.
yeah, NA or not, you can do anything you like. So yeah, we're doing that kind of stuff. We've talked about teaming up. It
Yeah.
sounds like we have plenty to maybe try some stuff out on, and maybe we can work together a little bit, both of you, James and Chef Liz. I'd love to collaborate.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love it.
I absolutely, and I get this kind of Justice League feel out
I know.
of this group. Yeah.
And the
Oh,
chairs
especially
here
the
around
oh
the
my God,
table,
yes.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally
I
the
know.
Flash. You're in a Joker chair, I think.
Yeah.
A Superman.
It's either that or if we just had a camera right in the middle, it'd be just that 70s show. Just
Oh.
going circles.
We would need some more supplies if
Yes,
that was
we
the case. We would.
I know the people to get that. Yeah.
All right, Chef Liz, Tenacious Eats, James Install from Geek to Me Radio, and Andy the Giggler, and Logan Janice here from Mostly Superheroes. That's the show. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. Mostly Superheroes is proud to be funded in part by our sponsors. Mostly Superheroes is funded in part by paying patrons who receive early, ad-free, and exclusive episodes. Subscribe at mostlysuperheroes.com/support. Thank you for supporting your favorite independent podcast. Mostly Superheroes is an independent podcast owned and operated by Carrogan Ventures in St. Louis, Missouri. Hosted by Logan Janice, Andy Hunn, and Scott Swearingen. Brand and creative by Carrie Clark Design. Music by Audionautics. Learn more at audionautics.com. Find more at mostlysuperheroes.com.